cagey start here, Mike. Both sides feeling each other out, trying to establish that early dominance.
Indeed, John. Khangarid are looking to play it out from the back, but Hunter's midfield three are pressing with real intensity, looking to force a mistake.
A real chess match unfolding so far, Mike. Both sides probing, but nothing concrete just yet. Not much to report yet, eh, Mike? Khangarid seem content to just ping it around their back four.
Indeed, John. You can see Khangarid trying to stretch the Hunter's midfield, looking for those pockets of space out wide. They're being patient, building from the back. They're certainly looking to build from the back, John, probing for an opening while Hunters maintain a compact midfield shape, forcing them wide.
Just a touch cagey, isn't it? Both sides feeling each other out, looking for that early advantage. This early possession for Khangarid is interesting. They're probing down the left flank, aren't they? Just looking for that opening.
They are, John. Hunters are probing down the right flank with their quick winger, but Khangarid's fullback is tracking him well, showing excellent defensive discipline. Indeed, John, and you notice how the Hunters' midfield is dropping deep to deny them space between the lines. It's a compact setup designed to frustrate.
They're probing, aren't they? Khangarid trying to find that early opening, but Hunters are looking quite disciplined at the back so far. It's a bit of a stalemate here, early doors, isn't it? Both sides feeling each other out, no real commitment.
Indeed, John. You're seeing a definite shift in their build-up now, trying to exploit the channels down the left flank through Batbayar.
Khangarid are looking to stretch the Hunters down the flanks early on here, aren't they? Trying to find that opening.
Absolutely, John. You can see the defensive shapes are very compact from both Hunters and Khangarid. They are not leaving too many gaps for the opposition to exploit just yet.
Not much to report here, is there? Just a lot of sideways passing from the Hunters. At the moment, trying to find an opening.
They are, John. Notice how their holding midfielder, Batar, is dropping deeper to collect the ball, inviting pressure before looking to switch play. It's a patient approach.
just a little bit of head tennis in midfield at the moment, isn't it? Neither side really stamping their authority on this one. A bit of a cagey start here, Mike. Neither side wanting to give an inch.
They're certainly patient, aren't they, John? You can see the midfield triangle forming, trying to draw the Khangarid players out of shape. It's a classic build-up.
They're just feeling each other out here, aren't they, Mike? Khangarid looking to build from the back, but Hunters are pressing well.
It feels like they're both feeling each other out, John, trying to find that initial breakthrough. Khangarid are keeping their shape well, but Hunters are probing patiently down the left.
This is a bit like a chess match out there, isn't it? Neither side giving an inch in midfield.
Indeed, John, but I'm seeing some nice interplay down the left for Hunters, looking to isolate their winger against the Khangarid fullback.
Bit of a lull here, Mike, isn't it? Just passing it around the back.
Indeed, John. You can see Khangarid trying to stretch the play down the flanks, but the Hunters' midfield is incredibly compact, denying them clear avenues forward.
Just trying to find a bit of a rhythm here, aren't they? Khangarid looking to stretch the Hunters wide.
You're right, John. Khangarid are trying to stretch play out wide, but the Hunters' fullbacks are tracking back diligently, limiting the space for their wingers to operate effectively.
Not a lot happening out there, is there? Both sides looking a bit hesitant to commit numbers forward. Khangarid look to have settled into a nice rhythm, keeping the ball well, but just can't quite break down this Hunter's defense.
They're both probing, John, trying to find that early opening. You can see Khangarid shifting their midfield shape, looking for an overload on that left flank.
It's all a bit cagey out there, isn't it? Neither side really looking to commit too many bodies forward.
They are indeed, John. You can see the wingers, Ganbold and Batbayar, pushing high, trying to create space for the midfield runners to exploit the channels.
Just a bit of a lull here, Mike. Not much to sink our teeth into. They're probing, but nothing's really clicking for either side.
Khangarid are shifting their midfield shape slightly, trying to isolate the Hunters' wingers by overloading the flanks. But the final pass isn't quite finding its mark yet.
A bit of a stalemate developing here, Mike. Both sides probing, but nothing with any real penetration just yet.
Indeed, John, they're patiently building from the back, looking for openings, but the hunters are very compact in their shape, denying any clear sight of goals so far.
Not a lot happening out there, is it? Hunters looking a bit hesitant to push on.
They're certainly probing, John. Hunters are trying to work it down the left through Gantulga, but Khangarid's midfield shape is proving very compact.
Not exactly a flyer, this one, is it? Both sides probing, but nobody really wants to commit their men forward just yet.
It's understandable at this stage, John. Hunters are holding the ball well, shifting it across the pitch looking for an opening, but Khangarid are very compact defensively.
Just looking at those defensive lines, Mike, Khangarid are really packing the center, forcing Hunters wide. Khangarid are probing, but Hunters are holding their shape beautifully, aren't they? Just need something to spark this one into life.
You're right, John. Hunters are trying to stretch Khangarid wide, but their defensive shape is incredibly compact, forcing play back inside where they're being crowded out.
Bit of a stalemate here, isn't it, Mike? Both sides just feeling each other out.
They're trying to build from the back, John, patiently probing, but Khangarid's midfield shape is really compacting the space.
Just can't seem to find that killer pass, can they? Khangarid looking a touch more organized at the back.
You can see the shape, John. Khangarid are looking to build from the back, but Hunter's midfield are very compact, cutting off those central passing lanes effectively.
You feel like the midfield battle is just getting a bit bogged down, Mike. Not much happening in those final third areas.
Indeed, John. It's a fascinating setup. They're effectively inviting pressure down the flanks, hoping to exploit any misplaced passes or overloads in those wide areas.
Just a bit too much stop-start, isn't it, Mike? Neither side really stamping their authority on this one.
They're certainly trying to build from the back, John, looking to draw the Hunters forward before releasing those quick wingers, but the midfield congestion is making it a real battle for territory right now.
Khangarid midfield is looking a little bit disjointed, isn't it? They're not quite connecting those passes through the middle. A bit cagey out there, isn't it? Neither side really committing men forward.
It certainly is, John. Hunters are packing the midfield, denying Khangarid any easy progression into their final third, forcing them wide.
Not a lot happening, is it? Just passing it around the back, both sides. Come on, someone needs to liven this up a bit.
You're right, John. Hunters are trying to stretch them wide, but Khangarid's midfield is compact, denying them space through the middle.
Just probing, aren't they? A little bit of patient build-up from the Hunters, trying to find that little bit of space.
They're certainly trying to build from the back, John, but Hunters are pressing effectively, forcing them wide, and not allowing many clear passing lanes into their forwards.
Not exactly setting the world alight here, are they, Mike? Just a lot of passing in front of the defense from both sides.
They're both probing, John, trying to find an opening. Khangarid are looking to exploit the wings, but Hunter's fullbacks are holding their shape well.
Not a lot of clear-cut chances so far, are there? Khangarid are showing flashes, but nothing to truly trouble the Hunters' defense.
They are struggling to establish a consistent rhythm, John, and the Hunters' defensive shape is really forcing them wide, making it tough to build any real momentum.
Just a bit of give and go out there. Not much really happening for either side just yet.
They're both probing, John, trying to find that little bit of space. You can see Khangarid are looking to exploit the flanks with their wingers, while Hunters are attempting to build through the middle.
A real tactical chess match unfolding here, Mike. Not much room for either side to breathe.
I'm seeing Hunters trying to stretch the play down the left, but Khangarid are keeping their shape well, forcing them back inside. It's a patient build-up, certainly.
Not much for the neutrals to get excited about so far, is it, Mike? Just probing, feeling each other out.
They're certainly looking to stretch Khangarid wide, John, and it's allowing their fullbacks to get a bit further forward, creating those overloads.
Not much really happening out there, is it? A bit of a stalemate at the moment.
They're certainly feeling each other out, John. Khangarid are dropping deep to deny space in behind, forcing hunters to build patiently down the flanks.
You know, Mike, you can feel the tension building here, can't you? Both sides probing, looking for that little bit of space.
They're certainly building from the back patiently, John. You can see the intention to draw the hunters out, creating space for those diagonal passes.
Just a bit of head tennis in midfield, isn't it? Neither side really stamping any authority on this one yet.
It's fascinating how Khangarid are trying to stretch the hunters' defense wide, but the midfield shield is holding firm, denying them those dangerous pockets of space.
Khangarid are really probing down that right flank, trying to find a way through.
Indeed, John. Hunters are pressing high, forcing Khangarid back, but the visitors are probing patiently, looking for that diagonal ball to unlock the defense.
Not a whole lot of attacking incision from either side so far, is there? Just a bit of neat passing in midfield. It's a bit of a midfield chess match at the moment, isn't it? Nobody wanting to give an inch.
Indeed, John. Khangarid are patiently building from the back, looking to exploit the space behind hunters' advancing fullbacks. They're trying to draw them out. They're both probing, John, but Khangarid are really struggling to break down that compact hunter's midfield. You can see the frustration building on their bench.
Just a bit of head tennis out there now, isn't it? Neither side can really get a grip. This is a real cagey affair, isn't it, Mike? Neither side really looking to commit too many men forward just yet.
Absolutely, John. Hunters seem to be overloading the left flank, trying to draw Khangarid's midfielders out of position, but their defensive shape remains incredibly solid so far.
Not a whole lot happening out there, is it? Khangarid seem happy to just pass it around at the back.
It does appear that Khangarid are trying to overload the left flank with their wingback, but hunters are doubling up effectively to stifle that avenue of attack.
Not much much to report, is there? Just probing, but nobody's really committing. You feel like one of these teams is just going to edge it, Mike, but who will it be?
They're patiently building, John, looking to overload the fullback and create space in behind for their winger. Quite a well-drilled approach.
Just a bit of a midfield tussle developing here, isn't it? Both sides probing, but nothing piercing through just yet.
They're certainly feeling each other out, John. Hunters are keeping their defensive shape really well, denying Khangarid any clear central pathways.
Just a bit of head tennis out there in midfield at the moment, isn't there? Neither side really able to get a real grip on proceedings.
You're right, John. Hunters are shifting their weight to the left flank, trying to draw Khangarid's full back out of position.
Come on, lads, let's see a bit of zip. This midfield battle is getting a touch too cagey, isn't it?
The Hunters are trying to switch play wide, but Khangarid are closing those spaces down effectively with their midfield positioning.
Nothing really happening out there, is it? Khangarid just recycling possession, but not really threatening the Hunters' backline. Khangarid looking to build from the back again, but Hunters pressing high, denying them any easy passage.
They're both feeling each other out, John. Khangarid are patiently building from the back, trying to draw Hunters out of their shape.
Just a touch of possession here for Hunters. But they're struggling to find that killer pass, aren't they?
They are, John. It looks like they're trying to draw Hunters out, hoping to exploit space in behind with their quick wingers once they commit forward.
A bit of a stalemate developing here, isn't it, Mike? Neither side truly committing bodies forward.
Khangarid are trying to build from the back, but Hunter's midfield press is forcing them wide, limiting their options.
Not a lot happening out there, is it? Feels like both teams are just feeling each other out, waiting for that spark.
It's fascinating, John. Both sides are probing without committing too many bodies forward. They are very aware of each other's counter-attacking threats. You see the wingers staying deeper than usual.
Just a few probing passes from hunters there, trying to unlock this Khangarid defense, but it's all a bit static at the moment. Anything jumping out at you, Mike? They're just shuffling it across the back line.
You can see Khangarid are trying to overload that left flank with their winger, but the hunter's fullback is holding firm. A real battle of wills out there.
Not a lot of joy for either side in this final third, is there? Just feels like a midfield chess match at the moment.
It's a fascinating tactical battle, John. Khangarid are trying to flood the flanks, but the hunter's defensive shape is proving incredibly resilient, cutting off those wide avenues with real discipline.
Still nothing really clicking for either side. Are they just canceling each other out here?
They're definitely feeling each other out, John. Khangarid are really trying to stifle Hunter's rhythm down the left flank, patiently building their own attacks when they can.
Bit cagey this one, isn't it? Khangarid looking to build from the back, but hunters are pressing well.
They're certainly patient, John. You can see the idea of drawing the hunters out of shape, but the final pass has been lacking creativity so far this afternoon.
Just a little bit of head tennis in midfield at the moment, isn't it? Neither side can quite find that killer pass.
It's a fascinating positional chess match, John. Hunters are effectively cutting off the supply lines to their midfield, forcing Khangarid into predictable, longer passes.
Not a lot happening, is it? Hunters can't seem to find that killer pass.
It's a fascinating midfield battle, John. Khangarid are very compact, denying space, forcing hunters wide where they've found limited joy so far.
You know, Mike, you sense both these sides are feeling each other out. A tactical chess match unfolding before our very eyes here.
It certainly is, John. Hunters are probing wide, trying to stretch Khangarid, but their midfield is quite compact, making it difficult to find that killer pass.
Just a bit of a midfield tussle developing here, isn't it? Neither side can quite establish a foothold. Khangarid seem to be probing a little more now, trying to find that opening through the middle, but hunters are so compact.
You can see the patterns, John. Hunters are trying to overload the left flank, while Khangarid are quite compact in the center, looking for those quick transitions if they can win it back.
Not a lot happening out there, is it? Just a midfield tussle at the moment, really.
They're certainly trying to stretch the play, John, but Khangarid are well drilled, keeping their shape beautifully and closing down space effectively.
A bit of a stalemate developing here, Mike. The ball's just being shuffled around the midfield. Not much penetration from either side.
Khangarid seem to be setting up to invite pressure, John, perhaps looking to spring a quick counterattack down the flanks when Hunters commit men forward.
You can sense the frustration building, Mike. Hunters are looking for that incisive pass, but Khangarid are just so compact.
It does, John. Hunters are trying to stretch Khangarid wide, but their fullbacks are holding their shape impeccably, stifling any potential overlaps.
Not much joy for either side finding that final ball. You wonder if one of these midfielders can just unlock it.
It's a real cagey affair, John. Khangarid are looking to exploit that left flank with Ganbold, but Hunter's midfield double pivot is holding firm.
Just a little bit of probing here from Khangarid, but Hunters are holding firm, aren't they? They seem happy to let them have it in those wide areas. Just a bit of head tennis in midfield, isn't it? Neither side can really establish any control.
They are, John. Notice how Khangarid's midfield three are staying incredibly narrow, inviting the wide play from Hunters, but they haven't quite exploited that space yet.
Khangarid are really struggling to build anything meaningful from deep here, John. It's all a bit labored.
It's fascinating to see how Khangarid are pushing their fullbacks so high, hoping to stretch the Hunters' defensive shape, but it leaves them a tad exposed if possession turns over quickly.
A bit of a stalemate out there, isn't it? Neither side willing to blink.
They're trying to work it down the left flank, but Khangarid have really tightened things up defensively. Their midfield is incredibly compact.
Just a bit of probing from Hunters out wide, but Khangarid are holding their shape well. Hardly a sniff of goal for either side as we approach the break.
Absolutely, John. Khangarid are looking to exploit the channels with their quick wingers, while hunters seem intent on building through midfield with their patient possession.
Just waiting for something to ignite here, Mike. Hunter's looking a bit static out wide. Still nothing to latch onto here, is there? The ball's just pinging around midfield without any real intent from either side.
They're both looking to overload the central areas, John. But the defensive shape from Khangarid is incredibly compact, leaving little space for hunters to exploit in behind.
Not much life out there, is there, Mike? Feels like both sides are just feeling each other out.
Indeed, John, they're disciplined. You see how their midfield three are shuffling across, cutting off those passing lanes effectively, forcing Khangarid wide.
A bit cagey this, isn't it? Neither side really wanting to commit too many men forward.
They're both very structured defensively, John. You see the wingers dropping deep to create a solid five-man backline whenever the opposition gets near their own third.
What a first half we've witnessed! Hunters 0, Khangarid 0. All square at the break, but don't let the scoreline fool you. This match has been absolutely electric! Players to watch in the second half. So what happens next? With the score level at 0-0, both teams will come out swinging. Hunters have the home advantage and the crowd behind them, but Khangarid have already shown they can hurt them on the break. I predict we're going to see at least one more goal in this second half. The question is, who wants it more? Stay tuned! The second half kicks off shortly! You just feel like something has to give here, don't you? We've had a lot of patient build-up, but precious little cutting edge. Just the whistle then, Mike. 45 minutes gone and it's still 0-0. Not a lot to get the pulse racing at. Not much to get the pulse racing there, eh, Mike? We've seen the ball camped in midfield more than a summer festival. Bit of a stalemate out there, isn't it? Neither side really grabbing the scruff of the neck. Right then, Mike. Not exactly a goal fest to end the first half, is it? A real cagey affair.
Indeed, John. Khangarid are holding their shape defensively, forcing hunters wide, and hunters, in turn, seem hesitant to commit too many men forward without better cover.
Not a lot of sparkle, is it, Mike? Feels like both teams are just feeling each other out, waiting for a mistake.
Indeed, John. It's about finding those pockets of space. Notice how Batar is drifting wider than usual, trying to pull their left back out of position.
Well, Mike, you can hear the whistle for halftime. Not a whole lot to shout about from either side, really.
It's been a cagey affair, John. Khangarid are well-drilled, denying space in behind, and hunters are struggling to break them down with their usual quick transitions.
A bit of a stalemate out there, isn't it, Mike? Neither side really seizing control.
They are, John. It's a compact shape they're adopting, forcing Khangarid into areas where they can easily double up and win the ball back.
Not much to report, is there? Almost time for the break.
The Khangarid midfield is dropping a little deep, John, inviting the hunters to play it long, which they're struggling to do effectively.
Just a few seconds left now until the whistle, Mike. You can sense the frustration building out there, can't you? Not much to get the blood pumping, is there, Mike? Both sides probing but little penetration.
They're trying to force it through the middle, but hunters are well drilled, keeping their shape. The width just isn't being exploited effectively at all.
Well, Mike, a real tactical stalemate here. Both sides probing, but not really breaking down the opposition's defense.
You can see the shape, John. Hunters are looking to overload the left, but Khangarid are marshaled well, denying them space to create anything clear-cut.
A real stalemate here, Mike. They're canceling each other out beautifully. But where's the cutting edge?
Indeed, John. It's been a fascinating tactical battle. Both sides are trying to establish control in the midfield third, but neither is quite able to break the lines effectively just yet.
Just ticking over now, isn't it? Almost time for the whistle, and not a lot to report from that opening 45.
They are, John. Khangarid have really tightened up the central areas, forcing them into predictable wide channels, where their fullbacks are already well drilled.
45 minutes gone, and still no breakthrough. You can sense the frustration starting to bubble on the touchlines. Frustrating, isn't it, Mike? Both sides probing, but nobody really landing a telling blow just yet.
It's interesting, John, how Khangarid are consistently overloading the left flank, but Hunters are managing to nullify it with a compact defensive shape. They're effectively funneling them into areas where they can't do much damage yet.
Just waiting for that whistle now, Mike. It's been a real tactical chess match out there, hasn't it?
They are, John. Khangarid are shifting their shape defensively when Hunters build, looking to deny space centrally before the final third.
Not a lot to report, is there? Both sides probing, but not really piercing.
They're certainly feeling each other out, John. Very much a territorial battle at the moment. Hunters are trying to stretch Khangarid wide, but the defense looks quite compact.
Just a few moments now until the whistle blows on this first half. It's been a real tactical battle out there, hasn't it?
Indeed, John. Khangarid are very well drilled defensively, keeping their midfield compact and forcing Hunters wide. It's a bit like watching chess, but with more running.
Bit cagey out there, isn't it? Both teams feeling each other out, not really committing many bodies forward.
It's been a fascinating tactical battle, John. Khangarid are pressing high, forcing Hunters back, but the defense looks incredibly well drilled, refusing to be drawn out of position.
The Khangarid midfield looks a little too passive, Mike. Hunters are just strolling through the center with it.
It's true, John. Khangarid are sitting very deep, inviting Hunters to play, but the final ball just hasn't had that spark of inspiration to break them down yet.
Nearly there then. Just a few more seconds of this first half. Not much to report really, is it? Not a lot to shout about at halftime, is there? Both sides looking a bit tentative.
You're right, John. Khangarid are trying to build from the back, but Hunter's midfield press is forcing them wide, limiting their central penetration options.
Not much to report from the pitch, Mike. Just the two sides feeling each other out, really.
Indeed, John. Hunters have looked to build through midfield, but Khangarid's compact shape has stifled them, forcing them wide, rather than finding those incisive passes through the center. Indeed, John. Khangarid have been trying to stretch Hunters wide with those quick wingers, but the midfield congestion is just stifling any real flow.
A real tactical battle out there, Mike. Neither side wanting to give an inch as we approach the break. So, Mike, a real stalemate out there. Possession has been ping-ponging, neither side really establishing any real dominance before the break.
It's been a game of inches, John. Khangarid have looked to exploit those wide channels. But Hunter's defensive shape has been incredibly resolute, cutting off those supply lines effectively. You're right, John. Hunters have looked dangerous down the left flank, but Khangarid's defensive shape has been resolute, denying clear-cut chances so far.
"45 minutes gone, Mike, and still absolutely nothing to separate these two. A few neat passes, sure, but zip, zero, nada in terms of genuine chances.
It's been a tight contest, John. Khangarid are sitting deep, forcing Hunters wide, but they haven't found a way through their compact defense yet.
Just ticking over now, isn't it, Mike? Not a lot of zip to it as we head towards the break. It's been a bit cagey out there, hasn't it, Mike? Neither side wanting to give an inch before the break.
Indeed, John. Hunters have been probing down the right with those overlapping runs, but Khangarid's defensive shape has been incredibly compact, denying them any clear passage through the middle.
Not a lot to shout about at the break, is there? Khangarid seem happy to let Hunters have it, but they're not doing much with it, are they? End of the first half. Hunters 0-0 Khangarid.
It's certainly been a cagey affair, John. Khangarid have held their shape well, stifling Hunter's usual wide attacks, but they haven't really threatened themselves either. Indeed, John, you can see Khangarid are trying to overload the left flank, but Hunter's midfield is holding its shape beautifully, denying them that crucial space.
Khangarid are seeing a bit more of the ball this second half, but Hunters look solid defensively. This midfield battle is really something else, Mike. Both sides probing, but nobody quite finding that killer pass yet.
It's a fascinating midfield battle, John. Khangarid are compressing space effectively, forcing hunters wide, but their final ball has been lacking precision.
Just a little bit of a lull here, isn't it? Not much happening at either end.
The Khangarid midfield are certainly looking to exploit those spaces down the left flank, John. But the Hunters' defensive shape has been impressively disciplined thus far.
Right, it's a bit cagey out there, isn't it? Neither side really committing men forward just yet.
It's a game of inches, John. Khangarid are packing the midfield, denying Hunters any clear avenue, but they need to find a way to unlock them.
Just a bit of head tennis out there, isn't it? Neither side can really establish any sort of rhythm.
Indeed, John. Khangarid are looking to stretch play wide, but Hunters' fullbacks are tracking back diligently, cutting off those avenues.
Not a lot happening for either side in these opening minutes of the second half, is it? Just a real feeling out process so far.
Indeed, John. Khangarid are showing real discipline, keeping their shape beautifully and denying Hunters any space in the final third, making it incredibly difficult for them to find any attacking rhythm.
Just a little bit of patient probing from Khangarid here, isn't it? They're looking for that opening. Khangarid are really probing down that left flank, but Hunters have doubled up well. Needs a spark here.
You're right, John. We've seen a lot of sideways passing from Hunters, trying to draw Khangarid out of their shape, but the visitors have been incredibly disciplined so far.
Just a bit of a stalemate out there, isn't it? Neither side really finding that killer pass to unlock things.
Indeed, John. You're seeing a lot of possession cycling in central areas from both sides, but neither team is quite finding the incision needed to break defensive lines. Khangarid's midfield shape is tight.
Still 0-0, Mike. It's a bit of a stalemate out there, isn't it? They're just passing it around the back. Come on, lads! We need a spark here. Something to get this crowd on their feet. It's all a bit too neat and tidy at the moment.
Indeed, John. Khangarid are struggling to find their rhythm through the midfield, with Hunters effectively doubling up on their key creative players.
like Khangarid are starting to find their rhythm here, Mike. A few neat interchanges in midfield.
They are, John, but it's a deliberate ploy. They're inviting the hunters forward, hoping to spring that quick counterattack on the wings once the ball is turned.
A bit of a midfield chess match developing here, Mike. Hunters probing, but Khangarid are so well drilled defensively.
It's been a real tactical battle, John. Hunters have been trying to stretch Khangarid wide, but their defensive shape has been excellent, keeping those channels well covered.
Just a bit of head tennis in midfield right now, isn't it? Neither side can really establish any real control.
Well, John, it's been fascinating to watch the positional discipline from Khangarid, keeping those wide-played players tucked in, really stifling any early momentum hunters tried to build.
Right then, 54 minutes gone and still goalless here. Hunters are looking to stretch Khangarid wide, but that defense is holding firm so far. Not a lot to shout about out there, is there, Mike? Just a bit of probing, without much penetration from either side.
It's been a fascinating tactical battle, John. Khangarid are really stretching hunters wide, trying to exploit those channels, but the back line is holding firm.
Just a bit of midfield sparring here, Mike. Neither side willing to commit too many bodies forward.
You're right, John. Khangarid are trying to overload the left flank, but Hunter's midfield shape is compressing the space beautifully, preventing any clean progression.
Not much cutting edge from either side so far, is there? Just passing it about without purpose.
Indeed, John. What's interesting is how Khangarid are deliberately leaving space in that central midfield, inviting the hunters forward, only to try and spring quick counterattacks. It's a bold strategy that hasn't quite paid off yet.
Just a bit of head tennis out there, isn't it, Mike? Neither side really finding that killer pass. Come on, Khangarid. You've got to find a way to unlock this hunter's defense. It's all a bit too predictable out there at the moment.
You're right, John. What we're seeing is Khangarid trying to stretch play wide, looking for those overlapping full backs. But the hunters are just so compact in their defensive shape. They're nullifying those threats expertly.
Just a bit of a midfield stalemate developing here, Mike. Neither side really imposing themselves. It's a bit cagey out there, isn't it? Khangarid seem to be probing, but hunters are holding their shape beautifully.
They're certainly probing, John, but Khangarid's defensive shape is proving very stubborn, forcing hunters wide time and time again without any real incision.
Bit of a stalemate here, isn't it? Neither side really committing men forward.
Absolutely, John. Khangarid are certainly looking to exploit those pockets of space between the hunters' midfield and defense, but they just haven't quite found the incisive pass to unlock them yet.
Still no breakthrough, is there? Hunters looking a little lost for ideas in this final third.
They are, John, and I think that's by design. Khangarid are looking to spring attacks on the counter, relying on the speed of their wide players to exploit space left by the advancing Hunters' midfielders.
Khangarid are really stretching this Hunter's defense now, trying to find a pocket of space out wide.
They are, John, and look at how their midfield three are staying compact, forcing Khangarid wide where they haven't found much joy so far.
Just a bit of head tennis going on in midfield, isn't it? Neither side really committing men forward.
Indeed, John. Hunters are looking to overload that left flank, but Khangarid's defensive shape is holding firm, denying them space to penetrate.
This Khangarid midfield looks so compact, doesn't it? They're really stifling any forward momentum from Hunters. "61 minutes gone and still the deadlock remains." It's been a tight affair, hasn't it, Mike?
They're probing, John, trying to find a weakness. Notice how the Hunters are overloading the left flank, looking for that overlap from their full back.
It's a bit of a stalemate out there, Mike, isn't it? Neither side can quite find that killer pass to unlock the defense.
You see the Hunters trying to stretch Khangarid wide, but their fullbacks are holding their shape beautifully, denying any real space in behind.
Just feeling their way into this second half, aren't they, Mike? Not a lot happening at either end.
Indeed, John. Hunters are looking to stretch Khangarid wide with their wingers, but the fullbacks are holding firm, refusing to be drawn out of position.
possession's been a bit of a merry-go-round here, hasn't it? Neither side really grasping it.
You're right, John. Khangarid seem to be building from the back, looking for that little bit of space. But hunters are well drilled, closing down those passing lanes effectively.
Right, still deadlocked here at the stadium. Khangarid seem content to let hunters have the ball in their own half.
They're certainly trying to draw the hunters out, John. You can see the fullbacks pushing on, attempting to create overloads on the flanks.
"64 minutes gone, and it's still anyone's game. A real tactical battle unfolding out there."
They're certainly enjoying a spell of possession, John, but the final ball into the box hasn't quite had the zip needed to trouble the Hunters' backline yet.
You feel like Khangarid are just trying to feel their way into this, Mike. Bit cagey.
It's interesting, John. Hunters are keeping their defensive shape beautifully, denying Khangarid any space in the final third, but you sense a moment of brilliance could change everything.
Just a bit of head tennis out there at the moment, isn't it? Nobody quite seizing the initiative.
They are, John, and you can see Khangarid are quite compact defensively, forcing Hunters wide. It's a waiting game. Someone needs to unlock this.
Goal! Khangarid have done it. A moment of pure magic, and they snatch the lead at the death. Not a great deal happening out there, is it? Hunters are just passing it around the back with no real intent to break lines. Khangarid are just so compact right now, aren't they? Hunters can't find a way through this wall.
You're right, John. Hunters are trying to build from the back, but Khangarid's midfield shape is stifling their creativity, keeping those passing lanes closed.
A bit of a midfield lull here, isn't it? Hunters looking to unlock something, but Khangarid's shape is holding firm. Come on, lads. Can we inject a bit of tempo here? It's all a bit measured at the moment.
They are, John. Their fullbacks are pushing up a little higher now, stretching the Hunters' midfield diamond and creating just a touch more space centrally.
Right then, Mike. A bit of a lull in proceedings here, isn't it? Hunters trying to find a way through, but Khangarid are just so organized.
Indeed, John. They're denying Hunters those central passing lanes effectively, forcing them wide where their crosses haven't quite found their targets yet.
Khangarid are just sitting so deep now, aren't they? We need a spark from somewhere!
It does seem that way, John. Khangarid are looking to play it wide to Ganbold, but the Hunters' fullback, Siren, is tracking him very diligently indeed.
Just a little bit of probing from Hunters now, but Khangarid are incredibly well organized, aren't they? So disciplined in that shape.
Indeed, John. What's interesting is how Khangarid are dropping their midfield pivot slightly deeper, creating that compact shape which is making it difficult for Hunters to find space between the lines.
Not much to get the pulse racing at the moment, is there, Mike? Just probing, but nothing coming of it. A bit of a stalemate here, isn't it, Mike? Khangarid looking to hold what they've got.
They're certainly feeling each other out, John, with Khangarid trying to stretch the Hunters' defense wide. They'll be looking for a moment of individual brilliance or a defensive lapse to unlock this stubborn backline.
Just trying to find a spark here, aren't they? Khangarid are well organized, but Hunters need more urgency.
It's all about patience from Khangarid. They're happy to let Hunters have possession out wide, looking for that moment to spring that counter.
Not a lot happening out there, is there? Hunters can't seem to string two passes together.
Well, Hunters are certainly trying to build from the back, but Khangarid's compact midfield is stifling their creativity in the final third. They've got to find a way to break that shape.
You fancy another look at that midfield shape, Mike? Hunters are just nudging it around the back, not really stretching Khangarid at all.
It's a very structured approach from both teams, John. Khangarid are looking to overload the right flank, while Hunters are patiently trying to draw them out before launching their own counter.
Khangarid just seem happy to sit back and absorb now, don't they? Almost inviting Hunters to push on.
They're certainly probing, John, but the hunters are well drilled, keeping their shape and denying space in those crucial central areas. It's a real tactical battle unfolding.
Just a little bit of a lull here, isn't it? Hunters are probing, but Khangarid are holding their shape beautifully.
It does look that way, John. Hunters are holding the ball well, but Khangarid are set up compactly, denying them that clear avenue into the final third.
Just a bit of head tennis out there at the moment, isn't it? Not much penetration from either side as we tick past 70 minutes. Just a bit of a lull here, Mike. Khangarid holding firm, but hunters are starting to look a little lost in possession.
They are, John, and you can see the wingbacks are key to Khangarid's approach, looking to stretch the hunters' defense. But the midfield is really congested at the moment. It's a fascinating tactical battle, John. Hunters are patiently probing, looking for that gap, while Khangarid are perfectly positioned to spring that counter.
Still very little to report here, Mike. Khangarid just sitting deep, aren't they? Waiting for something to happen. Not a lot happening out there, is there, Mike? Khangarid are just happy to sit back and defend that lead.
They are struggling to find that incisive pass, John. Khangarid are very well drilled. Their defensive shape is making it awfully difficult for the hunters to penetrate.
Bit of a lull here, isn't it? Khangarid seem content to just keep it ticking over at the moment. Khangarid are just sitting incredibly deep now, aren't they? Makes it tough for hunters to find any real penetration.
They're certainly trying to isolate their full backs, John, forcing those one-on-one situations and looking for that quick interchange. It does feel like both teams are probing, John, looking for that one moment of space. Khangarid are keeping their shape defensively, very disciplined indeed.
Still just probing, aren't they? Khangarid holding their shape beautifully, though, aren't they? They're just passing it around the back, aren't they? Looking for an opening that just isn't there at the moment.
They are indeed, John. It's a classic territorial battle developing here. Khangarid are happy to concede space out wide, inviting hunters into those areas, but then flood the central zones to deny any penetration.
Khangarid look content to just shield this lead for now, don't they? Just letting hunters play in front of them.
It certainly has, John. Hunters are trying to commit numbers forward, but Khangarid are proving very organized, denying space in behind their defense and forcing play wide.
A little bit of a lull now, isn't it? Khangarid are just settling back, trying to see this out.
They are probing, John, but Khangarid are sitting deep, very compact. Hunters are struggling to find space between the lines, and their fullbacks are reluctant to push too high.
Not a lot happening out there for the hunters right now, is there? They're struggling to find any kind of rhythm. Just can't seem to break them down, can they? Hunters looking a bit lost in midfield.
They're certainly probing, John, but Khangarid are well-drilled defensively, keeping their shape and denying hunters any clear sight of goal. It's a patient build-up from the home side. They're certainly probing, John, but Khangarid are doing a good job of denying hunters any clear central space. It forces them wide.
Khangarid looking so solid at the back. It's like they've built a fortress. Hunters just can't find that incisive pass. Come on, lads, let's inject some urgency. We're just watching it ebb and flow a bit too much here.
They are indeed, John. It's a classic counter-attacking setup, drawing the opposition forward, waiting for that moment to spring. Notice how their midfield three are almost perfectly aligned, ready to break.
Still no real zip about hunters, are they? Khangarid just seem to be managing this game with their shape.
You're right, John. Khangarid are patiently probing, trying to draw the hunters out, while the hunters are looking to exploit any space on the counter.
Just feels like Khangarid are content to sit back and soak this up now, don't they? They've got bodies everywhere.
They are, John. Their midfield shape is compact, looking to spring that quick transition down the right flank when the opportunity arises.
Just feels like hunters are struggling to unlock that Khangarid defense, Mike. They need a spark.
They're both probing, John, trying to find that central channel. You can see the wingers starting to drop deeper, looking for space to exploit.
Not much happening out there, is there? Just can't seem to find that killer pass.
It's a patient build-up, John. I'll give them that. They're looking to draw Khangarid out of their shape. You see how their midfield is staying compact. It's a textbook defensive shape, John. They're denying space in behind and forcing the hunters wide where they've struggled to create anything meaningful.
You've got to wonder what hunters are thinking, Mike. They're chasing shadows here. They're just probing, aren't they? Trying to find that opening, but Khangarid looks so organized at the back.
They're patiently recycling possession, John, trying to draw Khangarid out. Notice how their fullbacks are creeping higher to stretch the play.
Khangarid just seem content to sit back now, don't they? Hunters are knocking it around, but not finding that killer pass.
Well, John, Khangarid seem content to let hunters play it across their backline, inviting them forward before snapping into action. They're disciplined, waiting for that one moment to exploit.
Honestly, Mike, you could hear a pin drop out there. Just a little bit of passing in midfield from hunters, but nothing incisive.
They are, John, and you can see the clear defensive shape. Khangarid are happy to let hunters have the ball in deeper areas, waiting for that moment to pounce.
Just a bit of head tennis out there at the moment, isn't it, Mike? Not much incision from either side.
They've certainly tightened things up defensively since that goal, John. It's all about managing this lead now, forcing hunters to break them down.
Oh my goodness! Khangarid have done it again! They've sealed it! That is the game! Unbelievable! A bit of a lull here, isn't it? Khangarid are just happy to keep it in their own half, it seems.
They are, John. You see how they're compressing the midfield, forcing hunters wide. It's a classic low block designed to frustrate and invite pressure. They're certainly looking to stretch the hunters' defense wide, John. You can see the wingers hugging the touchline, trying to create space in behind those retreating midfielders.
Right! Khangarid are just soaking up everything now, aren't they? Hunters are passing it around the back, but going absolutely nowhere with it. Just looking at the shape here, Mike, Khangarid looks so comfortable. Hunters just can't find that killer pass.
Indeed, John. Hunters are probing, but Khangarid's defensive shape is incredibly compact, forcing them out wide.
Khangarid are just incredibly disciplined, aren't they? Every man knows his job, pressing hunters deep in their own half.
They are, John. You see the midfield shape. Khangarid are happy to let hunters have it in wide areas, but deny any central penetration, forcing them into predictable crosses.
You know, Mike, you just feel like this game's petered out a bit. Hunters trying to force it, Khangarid just managing the clock beautifully.
Khangarid are doing a good job of denying them space in midfield, John. Their defensive shape is really compact at the moment.
You can feel the frustration creeping in for hunters now, can't you? Just no cutting edge at all.
They're certainly trying to be patient, John, but Khangarid's holding their lines incredibly well. It's almost as if they're anticipating every pass before it's even made.
Just a bit of possession ping-pong here, isn't it? Khangarid are happy to just keep it at the back.
They're certainly organized defensively, John. It's a classic tactic to invite pressure and then look to exploit the space that opens up with quick transitions.
Another quiet spell here, Mike. Hunters just can't seem to find that final ball, can they?
They are, John. It's all about patience from Khangarid now, letting the hunters come onto them and looking to exploit those spaces that appear.
Khangarid are just seeing this out now, aren't they? Hunters haven't got a sniff.
Indeed, John. Hunters are struggling to unlock that Khangarid midfield shape, and their wide players are being kept awfully quiet by those disciplined fullbacks.
Just feels like Khangarid are happy to let hunters have it now, don't they? Just waiting for that final whistle. Just a few minutes left, Mike. Hunters need a miracle here, don't they? They've been chasing shadows all half.
They are, John. The midfield shape for Khangarid is really stifling any forward momentum from the hunters, forcing them wide rather than through the middle.
Just feel like Khangarid have set up camp in that midfield, haven't they? Absolutely suffocating the hunters.
It's a classic defensive shape, John. They're allowing hunters possession in those wide areas, daring them to find a breakthrough, but their central midfield looks incredibly compact.
probing from hunters, but Khangarid are just sitting so deep now, aren't they? So compact!
They've really tightened things up since the goal, John. You can see their midfield is marshaled exceptionally well, denying hunters any space to build.
Honestly, Mike, these hunters are showing absolutely nothing in this final stretch. Khangarid are just seeing this out so comfortably.
They're doing a good job of stifling the hunters' midfield, John. Those wide players are tucking in beautifully, making it very difficult for hunters to find any space out there.
Just feels like Khangarid have their tails up now, don't they? Hunters look a bit lost.
They've got their defensive shape absolutely spot on, John. The midfield pivot is really cutting off the passing lanes through the center.
Still no real breakthrough for hunters. Feels like Khangarid are just managing this one out.
They are indeed, John. Notice how their midfielders are dropping deeper to deny hunter space between the lines. It's a very compact defensive setup.
"95 minutes gone, Mike. Feels like the clock stopped. Khangarid are just knocking it about now, aren't they?
Indeed, John. Khangarid have really tightened things up defensively, forcing hunters wide where they're finding very little joy. They are indeed, John. Notice how their midfield shape compresses whenever hunters advance, making it incredibly difficult to penetrate those central areas effectively.
Another minute ticking away, Mike. Hunters trying to probe, but Khangarid just shutting every door with that compact shape. Just looking for something to spark here, Mike. Khangarid are so compact, almost impossible to break down.
They've certainly tightened things up at the back since that first goal, John. Hunters are finding it hard to break through that compact shape they've adopted.
A bit of head tennis in midfield now, isn't it? Just trying to find a spark.
It's fascinating how Khangarid have really tightened things up in that midfield, John. They're denying the hunters space to play through, forcing them wide.
You can just feel the frustration building for hunters, can't you, Mike? Khangarid are just soaking up everything.
They're struggling to find that incisive pass, John. Khangarid are so well drilled defensively, denying space in behind their backline.
Still no real penetration from Hunters, Mike. They're just knocking it about in front of Khangarid's well-drilled defense.
You're right, John. Their midfield shape is incredibly compact, denying Hunters any space in central areas, forcing them wide where Khangarid have numbers.
'98th minute, still no breakthrough for Hunters. Khangarid just sitting incredibly deep now, aren't they?
You can see Khangarid are happy to sit deep and frustrate, relying on those quick transitions when they do win it back.
'98th minute, and Khangarid are just seeing this one out, aren't they? Plenty of possession, but nothing concrete for Hunters to show for it. Just a couple of minutes left now, Mike, and it feels like this one's all but done and dusted. Khangarid have been so efficient with their chances.
They are, John. Notice how their midfield three are constantly shuffling, denying Hunters that central passing lane and forcing them wide.
That's it! The whistle blows! Khangarid have done it. A dominant 0-2 victory here at the Hunters Stadium. You can feel the deflation on the Hunters bench, absolutely gutted after that performance.
They have, John, and it's working a treat. Notice how their midfield three are constantly dropping to deny space between the lines, making it incredibly difficult for Hunters to progress. They're certainly trying to find an opening, John, but Khangarid have been so compact, denying space in behind. It's making it very difficult for them to progress.
A bit of a stalemate in these final moments, Mike. Khangarid just happy to see this one out, aren't they? Not much to shout about in these dying moments, is there? Just a few tired legs out there now.
They're holding their shape well, Khangarid, making it difficult for Hunters to penetrate that midfield diamond they've set up. It's a real struggle for them to find any sort of attacking rhythm, John. Khangarid are so well drilled, they're just shutting down every avenue.
Right then, Mike, that's it! Full time here, Khangarid take all 3 points.
Indeed, John, the midfield battle is fascinating. Notice how Khangarid are deliberately overloading the left flank, forcing Hunters to commit players there before looking to switch play quickly.
A tough one to finish, Mike. Khangarid just held firm, didn't they? They really suffocated Hunters' midfield in the second half.
They've really tightened things up defensively, John. You can see the midfield triangle is perfectly positioned to cut off any through balls.
Phew! What a breathless finish! Khangarid just about holding on there. You can see the fatigue in every Hunter player now.
They're trying to stretch the Khangarid shape, John, but the visitors are holding firm. You can see their midfield five dropping just a touch deeper, making it hard for the Hunters to find those pockets.
Not a lot of sparkle in those final minutes, was there, Mike? Just a bit of keep ball from Khangarid.
They're certainly trying to establish a rhythm, John, but Khangarid's defensive shape is so compact, forcing Hunters wide repeatedly.
Well, that's it then. A masterclass from Khangarid. They were just too clinical.
They're certainly organized, John. You see the midfield triangle there. Nyamosor and Batchulun are dropping deep to deny Hunters any space through the middle.
A bit of possession ping-pong in these dying seconds. Neither side looking to force it now.
They're certainly holding their shape defensively, John, denying the Hunters any clear lanes into the final third. It's a masterclass in game management from Khangarid at this late stage.
Right, that's the final whistle blown, and Khangarid take all 3 points. A couple of tactical shifts from them in the second half really paid dividends. Frustrating end for Hunters, wasn't it? Khangarid just managed the game so well after going 2 up.
They've been incredibly disciplined, John, denying space in behind and forcing Hunters wide, where their crosses have been comfortably dealt with by their towering center backs.
Just can't find that spark, can they, Mike? Khangarid's so well organized.
Absolutely, John. They've stifled any sort of attacking rhythm for Hunters, forcing them wide and then overloading those channels with their fullbacks.
You know, Mike, Khangarid just sat in, didn't they? So compact, like a well-drilled unit, denying Hunters any sort of joy in those wide areas.
It's a masterclass in game management from the visitors, John. They've established their midfield diamond perfectly, denying Hunters any central penetration and forcing them wide where they can easily defend. They're trying to force it, John, looking for that one moment of magic, but Khangarid have just locked it down beautifully at the back.
Well, that's it then. A frustrating afternoon for the hunters, you have to say. They just couldn't get going at all, could they? A tough one for the hunters there. Just couldn't get a foothold after going down.
They're certainly managing this lead expertly, John. You see how their midfield shape tightens up whenever hunters try to progress, forcing them wide.
A bit of a lull now, isn't it? Hunters just can't seem to find that cutting edge. Not much joy for hunters there, are they? Just couldn't break down that Khangarid shape at all.
They're trying to build from the back, John. But Khangarid are so well drilled defensively, forcing them wide where the crosses are easily dealt with. They've managed the game expertly since that second goal, John, really squeezing the space and forcing hunters into predictable wide areas where Khangarid's defensive shape is simply too strong to penetrate.
Minutes up, Mike. Khangarid deserved that win today, didn't they? Looked a class apart for large spells. Just a shame for the hunters, really. They've shown flashes, but Khangarid's shape has just been too solid to break down.
They've certainly settled into a very compact shape, John, almost daring their opponents to break them down as we approach full time.
Minutes up, Mike. Khangarid were just too clinical.
You can see the frustration building, John. Khangarid have been so disciplined in their shape, squeezing the space and forcing errors. They have indeed, John. Notice how their midfield three are deliberately staying compact, denying space between the lines, forcing the hunters wide. They've absolutely nailed their defensive shape, John. You see how their midfield three are almost a flat line, denying any space between the lines for hunters to exploit.
Well, that's it then, Mike. A couple of goals in it, but Khangarid were the better side for large spells.
It's the defensive shape, John. Khangarid have maintained their compact unit, denying hunters any clear passing lanes into dangerous areas, allowing them to control the tempo.
So frustrating for hunters. They just couldn't find that final pass in the dying moments, could they?
They certainly do, John. Khangarid have really settled into their rhythm, switching play beautifully and exploiting the space down the flanks. They've been so compact defensively, John. Those fullbacks have tucked in beautifully, suffocating any space hunters wingers might have exploited.
Just can't seem to find that final ball, can they? Hunters have had so much of it, but it's all been a bit sterile. You know, Mike, Khangarid just sat in, didn't they? Absorbed everything hunters threw at them in that second half.
They're certainly controlling the tempo, John. You can see the midfield shape is really compact, denying hunters any space to build from the back.
Just a bit of head tennis in midfield now. Not much happening as we tick into the final seconds. Well, that's it then, Mike. A tough night for hunters, you have to say. Khangarid were just clinical.
They've really disciplined themselves, haven't they, John? The midfield three are just glued together, denying hunters any space between the lines.
Not much happening out there now, is there? Khangarid are happy to just see this one out.
They've really absorbed the pressure well, John. Their midfield three are perfectly positioned, denying any space between the lines for the hunters. They're keeping their shape well, the Khangarid defense, forcing hunters wide, where there's less danger.
A couple of minutes left. Just seeing the game out now. Khangarid will be pleased with that.
They are, John, and notice how Khangarid have almost formed two banks of four when defending. It leaves very little space for hunters to play through.
Just a few moments left now, Mike. Khangarid looking to see this out, but hunters still probing, though a bit aimlessly.
It's a masterclass in containment from Khangarid, John. They've shut down the channels effectively, forcing hunters wide where the crosses are easily dealt with.
They've just seen the game out, haven't they? Khangarid really took control after that second goal, pressing high and suffocating any hunter's attack. A bit of a procession now, isn't it? Khangarid happy to just see this out. Possession neat and tidy.
They are indeed, John. It's a classic low block, forcing hunters wide, and they've been unable to find that incisive pass to break it down.
A touch flat now, isn't it, Mike? Khangarid just seeing this one out, you feel?
They've been effective at stifling hunters midfield, John. Notice how their defensive shape remains compact, denying space for those dangerous through balls.
You know, Mike, Khangarid just sitting so deep now, letting hunters have the ball, but absolutely nullifying any real threat. They've got this game wrapped up. Not a lot happening out there now, is there? Just running down the clock for Khangarid, you feel.
They have, John. It's been their defensive shape and discipline that's really frustrated hunters. They've simply had no joy finding space in behind those two center backs all afternoon. They've been incredibly disciplined, John. You see how their midfield compacts, denying hunters any easy passage through the center.
Well, a bit of head tennis in midfield now, isn't it? Khangarid just seeing this one out, you'd imagine.
Indeed, John. Khangarid have done brilliantly to manage the game, keeping their shape and stifling any hunter's resurgence with smart positional play in midfield. A deserved victory for Khangarid, John. Their midfield three really controlled the tempo, always finding pockets of space between the lines.
Right. The final whistles has gone. Khangarid take the points, thoroughly deserved on the balance of play, though hunters did have spells. Not the most thrilling of finishes, is it, Mike? You'd expect a bit more urgency from hunters, even at 2 down.
Indeed, John. You saw Khangarid's defensive shape tighten considerably, forcing hunters wide and preventing any clear avenues through the middle. Their discipline was absolutely superb.
Well, Khangarid have really put the shutters up, haven't they? Just seeing out this victory now. Bit of head tennis out there now, isn't it? Just seeing the game out.
Indeed, John. The hunters were brave in their press, but Khangarid's midfield three were just too composed, always finding that little bit of space to relieve the pressure.
"90 minutes are up, Mike. And frankly, Khangarid have been clinical. Hunters just couldn't find their rhythm.
They've been so disciplined, John. You see how their midfield just tightens up, denying any space for the hunters to play through them.
They've just sat back, haven't they? Just seen this out with consummate ease, Khangarid.
You're right, John. Hunters looked a bit lost for answers, couldn't quite establish that midfield control they'd hoped for.
Right, that's it then. Khangarid seal the victory. Hunters just couldn't find that spark to